Today, we'll be getting into the best quick service restaurants across the parks at Walt Disney World. Hello and welcome to the Let's Go to Disney podcast. I'm Oliver.
And I'm Lucy.
Today is Sunday, March 15th, and you're listening to episode 131, Best Quick Service Restaurants in the Parks. Before we get into today's main topic, here's what's going on in the parks right now. It was a big news week for Disney. We got several updates on opening timelines for attractions and other offerings across the parks. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin will reopen soon on April 8th, so that's coming up in just a few short weeks. Friendly reminder that the attraction is getting a completely new ride vehicle, which is pretty cool. Handheld blasters, so they're no longer going to be mounted right on the ride vehicle. You're actually going to be able to hold it freely, which is also awesome. There will be new interactive targets, a new animatronic robot in the opening section of the attraction named Buddy. And we just learned this week a new PhotoPass photo as well, which is going to highlight obviously you on the attraction, you and your partner, but also your score and your rank right on the photo, which is pretty cool. We also got an opening date for the highly anticipated Bluey experience coming to Animal Kingdom. So it's going to be named Bluey's Wild World at Conservation Station. It's set to open on May 26th for Cool Kids Summer. Just in time for that. And Disney did say that we can expect the experience to remain open even after Cool Kids Summer ends, which is great for Bluey fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over at Hollywood Studios, the Walt Disney Studios Courtyard will also open on May 26th, so it's all happening on May 26th. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Live will also open on this day. Note that the Magic of Disney Animation, which is going to be housed in where Star Wars Launch Bay used to be, that is not opening at the same time, so we still need to wait a little bit longer for that. It's slated for a summer opening as of right now, so we'll announce it here as soon as we get an opening date specifically for that. Soarin' Across America, which will be a limited time overlay for the Soarin' attraction, that also is opening on May 26th.
It's a big day.
Yep. And then over at Magic Kingdom, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad is set to open in early May. So that's not an exact date, but it is a much tighter window of time than we've had previously, which was just kind of spring of 2026.
About time. I missed that ride.
It's been closed for exactly. So we're well over a year at this point. So it's just going to be nice to have that open again in Frontierland.
Yeah, we haven't been able to experience it yet with both Tiana's and Big Thunder Mountain open.
Yeah, if it was, it was for a very short amount of time. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It'll be good.
The castle painting is nearly complete. We thought this would take a lot longer, but it looks as though it's pretty much all gray now with little to no pink left. So we expect work is going to be actually completed very, very soon, which is great news for you guys looking for your early morning castle shots.
Absolutely. The free dining plan offer that we spoke about last week is now live for all guests. So guests who purchase a minimum of 4 nights, 4-day ticket packages at a Disney Resort Collection hotel can benefit from a free dining plan on select dates in the summer, fall, and holiday seasons of 2026. For value and moderate resorts, you'll get the quick service dining plan, and for deluxe, you're going to get the standard dining plan. The dates included in the offer are on select nights June 28th through to October 3rd, October 19th through to October 31st, and then December 6th through to December 21st.
For sure. And these deals are always super popular.
Yes,
and
they are.
They have a finite amount of space for each offer. So if you're looking at that, make sure to book sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. There is also a 30% discount on select rooms when you stay 5 nights or longer, most days from July 30th through to October 3rd. Annual pass holders can save up to 40% on stays 4 nights or longer, most days between May 1st and October 3rd. And there's also the 4-day, 4-park magic ticket, which gives you access to each of the 4 parks once, starting at $109 per day, and it's good for May 26th through to October 3rd. In DCL news, the Adventure had its first sailing, and social media content is trickling in at a very steady pace. The ship looks stunning, massive, and unlike anything we've ever seen for DCL on the existing ship so far.
Sure.
It is quite impressive for sure.
Definitely.
And then over at Disneyland Paris, previews for Adventure World and World of Frozen have also begun, and it looks absolutely amazing.
Agreed. Yep.
The World of Frozen looks so well done, and it is seriously having us considering a trip to Paris just to check this out.
No, for sure. And we know that the just Disneyland Park in general, if you've ever watched the Imagineering story, there's Disneyland Paris, right? And then the second park, it was small, a lot smaller than, your average Disney park. But now with all the expansions and
it's going to keep growing,
the work,
I think.
Exactly. The work they're putting into it. It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
With that said, let's get into today's main topic, which will be the best quick service restaurants across the parks at Walt Disney World. So just to be clear, quick service restaurants at Walt Disney World are essentially fast food restaurants anywhere else, right? So think walking up to the counter, ordering your meal, and then you have a short wait and then you grab your food and head to your table. A lot of these restaurants also offer mobile ordering. So you're going to be able to essentially pull up the restaurant on the My Disney Experience app, peruse the menu, right? Pick what you want to eat and then select a return time window for when you're going to be picking up your food. When you're ready to eat, you head to the location, tap the I'm here, prepare my order button, and voila, you'll get a notification to pick up your order at the mobile ordering stations. Sometimes it's a single window. Sometimes if it's a larger location, there's going to be like multiple windows. But essentially, it's going to give you an order number, and then you head to that station, and that's it. You pick up your food, and away you go.
Yeah, for sure. We'd say a lot of people have figured this out at this point, and it's used more than it ever was before. But there is still a good percentage of guests that do not use this and wait in the regular line. So in our opinion, there's really no reason to not use mobile ordering. It's by far the quickest and easiest way to order at the quick service restaurants that offer it. The only caveat to this is that if the restaurant is really busy and there's no return windows until an hour or more away from the time you'd actually like to eat, then it might just make sense to get into the regular queue at that point if eating there is very important to you.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's not as common here, well, at Walt Disney World than it is over at Disneyland.
Yeah.
But places like Woody's Lunchbox over at Hollywood Studios, it is consistently busy. And if you show up there at 11:45 wanting to eat at 11:45, you're probably
Wrong
gonna
time.
you're probably gonna have to wait a bit. So just something to keep in mind there. And then more broadly, quick service restaurants can just be nice because they don't require reservations, right? It's also a faster experience. So if you're trying to maximize your time in the park, you can easily be in and out of a quick service location in like 30 minutes or less. Whereas if you're, going to your typical table service restaurant, you're going to be there at least an hour, if not more. And of course, the quick service restaurants also come with a cheaper price tag, right? So that's going to be easier on your wallet. Plus, it just gives you more flexibility in your day, right? You're not tied to a specific place at a specific time with a reservation, right? So you don't have to spend as much time planning kind of around your meal times versus if you were trying to fit in like a specific table service restaurant.
Definitely. And one thing we will note is that the quality of quick service restaurants at the parks has definitely increased in recent years. So the food at quick service restaurants is definitely better than it once was, not that long ago even. But on average, there are exceptions, of course. But typically speaking, the food quality at quick service is just not as good as a table service restaurant. And that just makes sense, right? You are sacrificing a bit of quality for the convenience aspect. But like Oliver said, the price point is lower too, so this can definitely be a good value. Disney also tends to have portion sizes that are quite large. So if you are traveling with a family of 4, for example, you don't necessarily need 4 full quick service meals to feed everyone. We will often split entrees if it's just Oliver and I, or we may just order kids' meals. And then if we have the kids with us, they may split an adult entree or some variation. Therefore, it is very rare, if ever, that we have purchased 4 full meals for each person when we are traveling. So it just tends to be more cost efficient in that sense. And we do that for snacks as well.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
We just tend to share so that we can eat more.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the quick service locations on property also have a great atmosphere.
Yeah.
Or, seating that's super quiet or gives nice views. So I'm thinking specifically in my head right now of Pinocchio Village House over at Magic Kingdom. Kind of just off the top of my head, they have like a few outdoor tables on the second floor that overlooks Fantasyland and the castle. And the secret's out on these tables nowadays, unfortunately, right? But it's still worth a visit for sure. If a table's available out there, it's a nice place to sit.
They also have tables right along the windows that look down into It's a Small World.
Yes, which is also fun.
So that's a lot of fun too. A lot of people, you're just constantly waving at people, but it's cute and it's a fun way to just people watch essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, we'll give you our favorites and our go-tos in each park, which, will hopefully give you some inspiration for when you're planning your meals while you're on your trip. And we'll kick things off like we often do at Magic Kingdom. So our personal favorite, larger quick service restaurant at this park is Columbia Harbor House.
Yes.
So this is located over in Liberty Square, not far from Haunted Mansion. The place kind of has a nautical New England style theming. Generally, I would say it's above average for food when it comes to quick service.
Yes, I would agree with that.
And the really nice thing about this place is the second floor has seating that is generally super quiet, which obviously is quite nice when, Magic Kingdom is busy. We were here with the kids on our last trip. And for sure, we all enjoyed it. We got on the second floor and it was just nice and peaceful and definitely a good little break for everyone.
Yeah, I find families with little kids who have like strollers and stuff, they tend not to go to the second floor just because it's a pain in the butt to get up there. So it is a nice spot if you can do the stairs to just kind of escape the crowd of the main floor.
Absolutely, for sure.
The menu features some seafood, which may not appeal to all, but they do have the standard options as well, like chicken strips and salads. You're also going to be able to find hush puppies here, which are pretty popular. They have a turkey sandwich kids pack here, which is a nice, healthier option for the kids, which we definitely appreciate. Our kids
Absolutely.
we don't deprive them of junk food on our trips, but it is nice when we can squeak in those healthy options as well.
For sure. Definitely.
Another good option that often gets a lot of hate is Pinocchio Village House over in Fantasyland. This place has gotten a lot of hate over the years, but we'd say it's definitely upped its game. It has fun theming that overlooks the It's a Small World attraction, like I was saying earlier. They have decent, if not honestly, really good flatbreads here.
Yeah, I would say so.
And of course, they have those standard options like chicken strips, sandwiches, and salads. We've actually had the buffalo chicken flatbread with a Caesar salad here, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. That was something we shared.
Yep.
We also stopped here with the kids recently, and they shared a regular size Caesar salad, and they were happy. Our kids are obsessed with Caesar salad.
They're pretty simple kids. And exactly.
If you give them a Caesar salad, they're thrilled.
Yep.
Throw a little chicken on there. It's fine too.
Yeah.
There is also second floor seating here as well, but it's generally busier than the Columbia Harbor House second floor seating. So it definitely gets used a lot more. Those outdoor tables that we mentioned earlier too are wonderful, but there are only a few of them, and they do fill up all the time nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. Over in Frontierland, you've got Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. So this has, a Tex-Mex style menu.
Yeah.
They've got nacho bowls, rice bowls, salads, and they also have like burger and pulled pork sandwiches as well for, more.
We don't go to this one enough, and I actually like this one.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also have chips and salsa and chips con queso, among a few other dishes as well that might appeal to you, if you're just looking for something other than chicken tenders and fries, which sometimes you are. It's fairly large in here too, so there's lots of seating, so you should be able to find a seat no problem, essentially.
Agreed. Yeah, that's definitely one that if you're not in the area, you don't think to travel to it. And I like that one though. We should go to that one next time.
Definitely. We also really like Sleepy Hollow. So that's back over in Liberty Square, right across from Ye Old Christmas Shop. So this is more of a snack location than a full-blown quick service. It has a small menu, but this is where you're going to find those waffle Nutella sandwiches, right? Our favorite is the chocolate hazelnut spread. Nutella, right? Bananas, berries, and whipped cream. There's also a good savory option with sweet and spicy maple chicken served with maple sriracha glaze and parsley flakes, which is also pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. That is definitely a go-to for us pretty much every single trip. That's usually a morning snack for us when we're starting to get peckish.
Yeah, the Nutella waffle. Yeah,
yes.
for sure. Yeah.
And then over in Fantasyland, you have Gaston's Tavern, and this is also more of a snack location. This is where you're going to find those hugely popular cinnamon rolls. They also have the creme brulee croissant, which is growing in popularity because it is newer to the menu, and also that ham and Gruyere sandwich, which is also more new to the menu as well.
More new, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We also stop here pretty much every trip for a cinnamon roll as well. If we have the kids, we usually get two and split it. That's our other go-to first thing in the morning snack.
Definitely.
Nice and sugary.
Mm-hmm.
There are other good and popular snacks in the parks as well. So think Cheshire Cat Tail from Cheshire Cafe, which is a chocolate pastry croissant situation. The spring rolls from the Spring Roll Cart near the entrance to Adventureland. I've heard that celebrity Jason Kelsey, that's his favorite snack. So there you go. You might want to just get something that he loves. The themed soft serve cones at Storybook Treats is also very popular. Hot dogs and corn dog nuggets over at Casey's Corner. But the ones that we've mentioned are definitely our personal favorites as a family.
Yeah, no, for sure. Next up, let's head to Hollywood Studios. So Hollywood Studios has some decent options when it comes to quick service restaurants as well.
Agreed.
For larger quick service locations, our favorite is probably Backlot Express. So this is in the Echo Lake area, not far from Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular and Star Tours. So this place essentially looks like a backlot, right? Makes sense given its name. It has a ton of both indoor and outdoor seating, which is good. And fun fact, they often have water coolers at the very back of the seating area that's outside during the hottest times of year, which is really nice. They have a good menu with plenty of options. So think burgers, sandwiches, bowls, salads. I had the Southwest chicken salad here recently during marathon weekend, and I enjoyed it. They also have the Wookiee cookie here, which is 2 oatmeal cookies with vanilla cream filling garnished with a milk chocolate sash that looks like Chewbacca's belt, right?
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite snacks on all of Walt Disney World property.
So
Another must pretty much every single trip.
Absolutely. And honestly, every trip I crave at least once just the good old chicken fingers and fries.
Yeah.
And I like Backlot Express because they have an abundance of sauces that you can choose from.
True, very true.
On your own. You don't have to ask for them. They're just there at the stand. And yeah, that's like the perfect spot for me to get the chicken fingers and fries that I'm craving once a trip.
Yeah.
And they also have a ton of pop, or for Americans, soda machines too. But then you can also get the ice water there as well.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
how
sure.
they control people getting pop and putting it in.
I think it's an honesty system.
They're just
So
hoping that you're going to be
that's
good.
the thing, right? Because you can fill your refillable water bottle, of
Yes,
course, but you
choose
can
the
also
water.
but you can also ask for a cup for
Yes.
water. And of course,
And you're hoping that everybody's being honest, not
Yes.
snagging a pop while they're doing it
Exactly.
and that they
Yeah,
didn't
if
pay
you
for.
ask-
But
if you ask for a water cup, you should fill it with water. For
yes,
sure. Yeah.
absolutely. So another go-to large quick service for us is ABC Commissary. And actually, recently we stopped here more often than not, especially with the kids.
Yep.
This is literally themed like a commissary at the ABC studios. Not that we know what that looks like by any means, but just that's the theming. Nonetheless, there's posters of like every single ABC
Yeah.
show that you can think
Exactly.
about all over
Yep.
the place. They have different options on their menus, which is actually a really nice just thing to have. They have a chicken club sandwich, shrimp tacos, a Mediterranean salad that you can also add chicken to. We've had this one a few times and it's actually really tasty.
It comes with like pita bread too and some hummus, which is
it's
nice.
really, it tastes very fresh too. It doesn't even taste not fresh. It's very fresh tasting.
Yeah.
Their buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich is also pretty good. And then they also have pork carnita tacos. The desserts rotate here and it's actually pretty decent. So sometimes it's just worth checking out to see what's available during your trip. It's all indoor seating here as well with AC. So it's just perfect for a hot day.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed 100%.
They have a pretty good kids menu too. The kids are always happy with what they have.
Yeah, definitely. Another popular option is, like we were mentioning before, Woody's Lunchbox. That's over in Toy Story Land. We'll be honest, we rarely stop here. It's always super busy and there's not anything necessarily on the menu that we would go out of our way to eat.
Yeah, I would agree.
But we do know that a lot of people really love this place.
It is never not busy there.
It's never exactly. So we figure we better mention
Yeah.
it. So for breakfast, they have their tacho bowls. That comes with scrambled eggs, gravy, and green onion, which is pretty popular. For lunch and dinner, they have a barbecue brisket melt, a grilled 3-cheese sandwich, a smoked turkey sandwich, and the tacho bowl. So this is essentially the lunch/dinner version. So it comes with chili, cheese, and corn chips. And then, of course, they have their popular lunchbox tarts, which are essentially just big Pop-Tarts. These rotate seasonally. So it could be something different when you visit, but right now it's a raspberry version.
Yeah, we've only had that once. I can't remember what it was. It was pretty decent though. Like
I think it was chocolate.
it might have been, yeah. I think
And
maybe we
I
had two
think it
flavors.
was
I thought
at
it was a
Halloween
blueberry. I
time.
keep picturing blueberry and I don't know
Yeah,
why.
It could have been. It was a
yeah,
while back.
It was decent, but that was probably, like Oliver said, one that we just wouldn't go out of our way for.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
it, like I said, busy all the time. Another one that we don't often mention is Docking Bay 7 over in Galaxy's Edge. We rarely venture in here, but they do have a couple of good options. So don't let the Star Wars sounding names fool you. The theming inside is Star Wars, of course, and it looks like the rest of Galaxy's Edge. So it's heavily themed, which is really fun. They have the popular Ronto wraps here after 3 p.m. when Ronto's Roasters closes for the day. So just an FYI on that. You can always get those later on. They have the Batuan beef and crispy tapato, which is really just smoked beef in tamarind sauce served over vegetables. They also have pork ribs, the Perjanand hot chicken, tip yip, which is crispy chicken glazed in a spicy chipotle sauce. And we can confirm that it does have a good kick. That's served on a bed of white rice with sweet corn relish with shishito peppers, jicama, plantains, and cilantro. They also have a tuna poke bowl, crispy chicken with mac and cheese, and a chicken salad.
Yeah, I had the Perjanand hot chicken tip yip just in January, actually. And yeah, really, really good if you like a bit of spice. It's actually a sneaky good dish, and I would come back here for it
For sure.
specifically just for that. And we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Trolley Car Cafe. Now, we know this is the Starbucks, right? But and that it's not a quick service, but this is where you're going to find the carrot cake whoopie pie, right? Which is one of our favorites.
Classic.
And definitely one we come back for almost every single trip.
Agreed.
Next up, we're heading to Epcot. So Epcot really has a ton of dining options, both quick service, table service, and snacks. And this goes into overdrive during the festivals because there's an average of something like 20 booths, each with their own menus. But we won't get into those today. We'll cover the actual standard quick service restaurants that are always there and available year round. So first up is Connections Eatery. So this is a large quick service location that's to the left of Spaceship Earth when you're entering the park and you're like looking at Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
Now, we'll be honest, we rarely actually eat here, but it's a great place to stop for a break regardless. There's a water bottle refill station right by the washrooms, or there's the soft drink stations that we were mentioning earlier. They have those here as well, where you can get just, plain cold water, cold being the operating word
Cold
here.
being the operative word for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
With ice, like you can get the
Yep.
ice. It's perfect.
Definitely.
We might stop here honestly, we always stop in this space for a break at some point. Also because the Starbucks is located at the same space.
Yep.
We'll just get water, or if it's coffee time, we'll get a coffee. But we have eaten here before as well. They have sandwiches, pizza, salads, and a handful of other options. Nothing that really stands out necessarily, but they do have options on their menus specific festivals. So they will get something that's worth coming for during the festival times. So just be sure to look at the festival menus during your trip if that applies.
Yep, exactly.
Outside of that, on the other side of Spaceship Earth, in the Land Pavilion, you have Sunshine Seasons. This is on the ground floor of the pavilion near Soarin' and Livin' with the Land attractions. This is somewhere we do stop at, and we usually only do that when we have the kids with us. They have a ton of really good options here. So think chicken, salad, flatbreads, sandwiches, fish, beef, salmon, and also a ton of grab and go options, and also a full bakery. They also have a ton of solid dessert options here. The peanut butter whoopie pie is sneaky good, and so is the turtle brownie. What we really love about this place, though, is that they have healthy options for the kids, too, which is really nice when that park food fatigue just starts to set in. There's also a ton of seating here as well, which is nice. You do not have to wait for a spot ever.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed. Over in the Mexico Pavilion, you've got the quick service La Cantina de San Angel. So they've got some good options here. They have chicken, beef, and shrimp tacos, rice bowls, nachos, empanadas, and chips and guacamole. It's a solid choice for a quick meal. We don't stop here nearly as often as we should because it is good and we appreciate the different options they have kind of on offer. Seating here is limited, so it can be hard to get a table when it's busier. But pro tip, you can actually take your food and go inside at La Hacienda de San Angel, which is the table service restaurant right beside it. That's only open for dinner. So they do open the dining room for lunch for extra seating, which is inside with air conditioning, which is quite nice.
Yeah, that's a great tip for sure. Over in the America Adventure Pavilion, you've got Regal Eagle Smokehouse. They have barbecue options here, as the name implies. There's the barbecue platter with various meats, the barbecue burger, the Kansas City smoked half chicken, a beef brisket sandwich, and a couple of salad options. They also have a jackfruit sandwich, which is a plant-based option as well. There's a lot of seating here too, which is nice. It's just a bunch of like almost picnic table looking things with benches. So I don't think any of the tables have a back seats. So if you don't like sit in picnic table size style,
I don't know. I can't remember now.
Don't quote me on that, but I feel like that's what it was. But
I could be wrong.
It's been a minute since we've been there. Yeah. Yep. Outside of that, you have the Yorkshire County Fish Shop, which is over in the UK Pavilion. This is really more of a kiosk, but they do have a really good fish and chips option here. Pretty much the same as you're going to find at the Rose and Crown inside the table service restaurant, but for a cheaper price point, which is nice.
Definitely. I had these again in January, and they hold up still super good. Over in the France Pavilion, they have Les Halles Boulangerie and Patisserie. So this is a French bakery, and they have pretty much anything you could ever want out of a bakery. So they have savory options, so sandwiches on croissants and baguettes, soups, quiche, croque-monsieur, cheese, and of course some sweet options too, right? So think pastries, croissants with all kinds of filling, right? So like chocolate, almond, beignets, cookies, creme brulee, macarons, tarts, eclairs. Literally anything you can think of, they probably have it. And we've never not once had anything that was bad here. Literally everything that we have tried is super tasty.
Agreed.
Coffee's included.
Yeah.
Seating is a bit of a thing here, though.
That's the worst part about this place.
Yeah, there's not much of it at all. So be prepared to either wait or take your food elsewhere in the pavilion. We will often go, there's like benches along the water fountain there.
Where there's this there's a statue, like a water,
Well, during food and, or the flower
that's
garden,
what I was
there's
thinking. I was getting confused.
Beast and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
Jesus, that was hard to get out. I also have to do a quick mention for Caramel Kusher. And I finally watched a YouTube video on this. Okay, so Kusher is German for kitchen, and the pronunciation is apparently softer than I've been saying it forever. So it's pronounced Kusher, and like the CH is not as hard as like Kucher. Anyways, this is not a quick service location. It's definitely more of a snack stand, but everything here is good. So they have caramel treats of all kinds. So like cookies, butter bars. My personal favorite is the Fresh Werther's Caramel Popped Corn. And yeah, it's a favorite of mine. I must get every single trip.
For sure. It is super good, and it's still warm when you get it, which is awesome. It's so tasty. And that is barely scratching the surface when it comes to good Epcot food. But it's a good starting point for sure when it comes to the quick service restaurants. Next up, we're heading over to Animal Kingdom. And no word of a lie, Animal Kingdom probably has the best quick service options at any of the parks. It is a subtle, heavy hitter. So first up is Satu'li Canteen. This is the large quick service location in the Pandora section of the park. It is massive here. There is plenty of indoor and outdoor seating, and the outdoor seating is usually shaded pretty much all of it.
Covered,
so it's still a nice option.
Mhm.
The inside is themed, but not overly so. The menu has a ton of bowl options with beef, chicken, shrimp, or tuna. You can also find the popular cheeseburger pods here, but they're not officially called that. On the menu, they are called steamed bao buns, and they're stuffed with basically the contents of a cheeseburger.
Yep, so cheeseburger pods.
Absolutely. They also have a good breakfast menu here as well, and some pretty decent desserts too. This is definitely one of our go-tos in the parks for sure. If we are with the kids, we are usually stopping here. They like the cheese quesadillas that's on the kids menu here. And then Oliver and I will usually share a bowl, or we're going to split those cheeseburger pods.
Yeah, exactly. And then back out at Discovery Island, which is the hub at this park, you've got Flame Tree Barbecue. So as the name suggests, it is a barbecue restaurant. The menu features ribs, pulled pork, chicken, a smoked house chicken salad, and the popular baked mac and cheese with pulled pork, crispy onions, and coleslaw. It's all outdoor seating here, but it is covered, so at least there's that, and there is a lot of it. If you head near the back of the seating area, there's more seating kind of down by the water, which is really nice and usually a little bit quieter as well. It's been a minute since we've been here. We've tend to favor Satu'li Canteen more in recent trips, but I think it's about time we head here on our next trip for sure.
Agreed. I think our kids' palates have evolved. Yep. So I think this would be an okay one for them.
For sure.
There are other quick service restaurants in the park as well, but these are definitely the top two in our opinion. With that said, there are a couple of snack options that we want to sneak in there with honorable mentions. The fries over at Mr. Kamal's on the walkway between Africa and Asia sections of the parks are really good. They are better than your standard fries you're going to find anywhere else. They are nicely seasoned too, and you are served with a sriracha mayo that's perfect for dipping. And then over at the Africa section, you have the Pineapple Crisps Sundae made with pineapple crisp cake, vanilla ice cream, pineapple caramel, and crispy streusel topping. This rivals the pineapple upside down cake at Aloha Isle over at Magic Kingdom. And honestly, it's actually better in our opinion and 100% worth getting.
Yeah, 100%. We split it. Was it 2 or 1 between the 4 of us on our last trip?
Well, our kids are very plain Jane. They just love vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
So they had cups
That's
of
right.
vanilla
You and I
ice cream.
split one and they had regular ice cream. That's right. But anyways, super, super good.
Yes.
Another one we'll quickly mention, but full disclosure, we have not tried it yet. This is the cookie dough brownie ice cream sandwich, which is a brownie layered with vanilla ice cream and topped with chocolate chips and an edible cookie dough layer. It's taken social media by storm, and apparently it's amazing. So if that sounds appealing to you, Terra Treats is where you're going to find that. That's on Discovery Island before the walkway that leads to Africa, essentially right across from Creature Comforts, which is the Starbucks here.
So this definitely isn't an exhaustive list of all the quick service restaurants in the parks, but we would say that they are definitely among the most popular across property. And like we've been kind of alluding to, these are the places that more likely you are going to find us at when we are in the parks.
Yeah, exactly. Now more than ever, there's great quick service food in the park. More than there ever was before.
Agreed.
And obviously menus are being updated all the time. So we're constantly getting more good food pretty much every year.
And with all the new lands coming, there's
supposed
just
to
never
be
going to end, I think.
Yeah, over in Animal Kingdom, the Encanto quick service location is supposed to be one of the largest on property.
There you go. I wonder if Monsters Inc. land will have anything.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have
Villains
snacks.
Land. Yeah, there's going to be good options coming up.
Yeah, for sure. And we say this a lot, right? But there's really no reason to eat bad food while you're on vacation at Walt Disney World, right? Because there's lots of good food to be found for sure.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with that. We've had trial and error for sure.
Yeah, we've had bad food for sure.
Yeah.
But now we know
where to go to get a good meal. Even if we are getting the same thing every single time, we know it's going to be good.
Yeah, and there's enough variety that you can,
Absolutely.
like some of the places that we've mentioned, we haven't hit in like probably a couple years, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, we're due for some of these places. And with that, I thought it would be fun to kind of end with our favorite quick service restaurants across the parks. So what's yours?
Honestly, I'm going to go with Backlot Express.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because there's lots of varieties there. Like I said, when I'm craving that chicken fingers and fries with the sauces and the pop, crispy Coca-Cola, that one I feel like, and it's just a really good spot to go and chill for a little bit. I like the vibes there, the atmosphere. Hollywood Studios is my favorite park anyways.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with that one. You?
Okay, that's fair. Me, I think right now is Satu'li Canteen.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I had breakfast here. It was like a beef and frittata situation that was in January. Super, super good. The bowls here are nice, fresh.
Nice.
Like, and it's like a bit of a healthier option. Not
True.
like fully healthy, right? But like still, it
You
gives
feel
you
a
some
little
variety.
Better, yeah.
Yeah, and I like the vibes in Pandora. So yeah, right now I would say Satula Canteen is probably
Love
my
it.
favorite. Yeah. With that said, thank you for joining us today to talk Disney dining. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And as always, if you could leave us a rating and review, it would be greatly appreciated. If you choose to do so, you can leave reviews right on Apple Podcasts, and for Spotify, you can leave a rating.
You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at letsgo.to-disney, as well as on our Facebook page, Let's Go to Disney. We share some helpful reels here as well as some fun ones. The link tree in the show notes will take you to all of our socials.
Have a great day, and we'll see you real soon.